guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rachel. I make videos all about living my life as a teenager with a disability and what that's like and all the craziness that goes along with that. Speaking of that, if you want to see the new stuff that's coming up with getting my new service dog and continuing recovery and therapy, and if you want to hear what it's like having an abductor release, then you can see my previous video. Anyway, long story short, subscribe if you haven't already. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about what you should versus what you shouldn't do when you see a service dog in public. And yes, I have examples to provide with both of these scenarios. So, a service dog is a dog that is in public with somebody. Service dogs are trained to perform tasks to help people with their disabilities. That is why they're there. That is why it's so important not to distract them. In a perfect world, you would see a service dog, not talk to it, not touch it, leave it alone, treat it like any medical device. However, as handlers, we know that that's not always possible. There's curious kids, all this other stuff. If you're out in public with your kids, the best thing you can do, and I always thanked families and parents every time they would do this, is just stop, and if they ask what the dog is there for,
say, look, that dog is to help that person with the disability. That is why we don't distract them, because they're there to do a job. If you
take that moment and educate your child, it's amazing, because it's teaching your child not to mess with a service dog, and that they're not a bad thing either, that people need them and that they can't just go up and pet them. Okay, in particular, Sammy was laying down on the floor next to me. We were in a hotel getting breakfast with my sister and my mom. This was right before my surgery, and this kid charges at Sammy, and I immediately starts petting Sammy, and he stands up automatically, so I start looking around like, what the heck just happened? And this lady turns around, the little girl's grandma, and says, it's okay, just totally blowing it off. And my mom's like, actually, that dog's there to help my daughter with her disability, and you're not supposed to allow your child or any child to pet the dog. And it was my mom to pick me up in our car from the valet. And so as I'm waiting, I'm sitting there literally in my hospital gown. This lady comes up and says word for word to Sammy, I know I'm not supposed to pet you, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And proceeds to pet him and goes on with her day. Now, this is a totally uncalled for, perfect example of distracting a service dog. Not only that, but teaching the public that it's okay to distract service dogs, which it's not. So, moral of this video is, please, if you ever see a service dog in public, ignore it, act like it's not there, except in this one situation, and in this one situation only. If a service dog ever comes up to you, or just walks up to you and they don't have their handler, that means that something's wrong with the handler and they need you to follow them, and they're trying to get their handler help. So if you're ever out in public and a service dog randomly approaches you, handlerless, I beg you, follow them. That's what you do in that situation. So I hope this video helped you guys out. If you like this kind of content, please go ahead and subscribe. Especially go ahead and subscribe if you're excited for my prospect puppy to come in October, and I will see you guys in my next video.